The amazing history of dogs. For thousands of years, dogs have been by our sides. But where did it all begin? As you read these articles, look for how dogs and their relationships with humans have changed over time. Be happy you didn't live on Earth 35,000 years ago. That was a time known as the Ice Age. Large sheets of ice covered much of Europe, Asia, and the Americas. There were no nations yet, no cities or towns. For many of our early human ancestors, life was a daily struggle for survival. They lived in caves or huts made of animal bones. They hunted reindeer with sharpened stones and sticks. Danger lurked everywhere. Diseases with no cures, saber-toothed tigers with 11-inch fangs, elephant-like mastodons with sword-like tusks. But it was during this harsh time that something beautiful was born, the friendship between humans and dogs. From wolf to dog. Dogs have been guarding us, working with us, and snuggling with us for thousands of years, but scientists are only now starting to understand the long history of dogs. There are many mysteries. One thing is certain, though. Every dog has the same ancestor, the gray wolf. This does not mean that a fierce wolf suddenly and magically morphed into a yapping chihuahua with a pink bow. The change occurred gradually, over thousands of years. Scientists speculate that the first dog appeared between 15,000 and 38,000 years ago. At that time, many animals, including the wolf, posed a threat to humans. But at some point, a group of humans and a group of wolves teamed up. How did this happen? One theory. A few wolves crept into human campsites, lured by tasty food scraps. These wolves were less aggressive than other wolves, but they still helped protect humans from dangerous predators. And so humans let these wolves stick around. The gentler wolves, their bellies full of human food, lived longer than other wolves. They gave birth to even gentler babies, which grew up to have gentle babies of their own. On and on this went, until a new, calmer breed of wolf emerged. Hunters, napkins. As the centuries passed, the wolves living near humans continued to change. Their bodies got smaller, their ears floppier. They became friendlier and more eager to please humans. Eventually, a new kind of creature had developed. The dog. Dogs were the first domesticated animals. That is, animals bred and raised to live among us. Today there are many kinds of domesticated animals. Cows that give us milk, chickens that lay eggs, horses that we ride, and sheep that provide wool. But dogs were the first. Eventually, humans put dogs to work in new ways. Dogs became trained hunters, fighters, and animal herders. Roman warriors marched into battle alongside enormous war dogs. In ancient Egypt, some hunting dogs were so prized that they were turned into mummies and buried with their owners. Dogs helped in less ferocious ways too. Before people used forks, spoons, and napkins, they'd wipe their greasy hands on dogs that sat by their tables. On icy winter nights, people used dogs as foot warmers. Some European kings wouldn't take a bite of food until their dog had tasted it first. Only then could they be sure the food hadn't been poisoned. A stronger bond. In the Americas, dogs have been working alongside humans for thousands of years. Native peoples used dogs as guards and hunting companions. George Washington plotted Revolutionary War battles with his hunting dog Sweetlips by his side. In the early 1800s, explorers Lewis and Clark journeyed across America's western wilderness with a big black dog named Seaman. As the centuries have passed, the bond between dogs and people has gotten stronger and stronger. And it all began tens of thousands of years ago with a family of wolves howling across a dangerous, frozen land. How America went dog crazy. Today, dogs are more than pets. They're members of the family. Yap, yap, yap. Pant, pant, pant. Lick, lick, lick. Scout, a little brown dog, seems to be going crazy. He bounces up and down like a furry ball. His tiny pink tongue flaps from his mouth as he licks everyone in sight. He's just excited, sighs 12-year-old Ruby. He's always excited. Since Scout's arrival in Ruby's home 2 years ago, the dog has been an endless source of ear-splitting yaps, slobbery licks, smelly indoor puddles, and brown stains on the rug. Nobody in Ruby's family ever imagined that they would own such a spoiled, badly behaved little beast. Nor did the family imagine that they could love an animal as much as they love Scout. He's so annoying, Ruby moans, but then she snatches up the little dog and kisses his slimy black nose. But he's so cute! You can practically see Ruby's heart melting with love, and Ruby is not alone. Too dirty and smelly. Today, nearly 50% of American families own at least one dog. Americans spend tens of billions of dollars on their dogs each year, on everything from veterinarian visits and grooming to gourmet treats and high-tech gadgets like doggy treadmills. A 2015 poll found that 38% of U.S. dog owners cook special meals for their dogs. It's not surprising that 96% of owners consider their dogs to be members of the family. Dogs have been by the sides of humans for tens of thousands of years. But until recently, dogs were mainly valued for the work they could do. They could chase foxes away from chicken coops and clear restaurant kitchens of rats. They could hunt for ducks and pull sleds over snowy hills. When fires broke out in cities, firehouse dogs cleared the way for fire wagons pulled by horses. These hard-working dogs were too dirty and smelly to be allowed indoors. Dogs that became sick or injured either healed on their own or died. Most veterinarians provided care only for animals considered valuable at that time, like horses and cows. From workers to pets. But by the late 1800s, that was starting to change. America was becoming wealthier. More people could afford to feed and care for a pet. New and powerful soaps scrubbed dogs clean and killed fleas. Companies started selling dog food, which made feeding a dog more convenient. Veterinarians opened offices just for treating dogs and other pets. In the 1950s, some of the most popular TV shows, like Lassie, The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin, helped turn dogs into all American pets. Of course, Americans have embraced other pets too. For instance, there are more cats in American homes than dogs. But humans have a uniquely powerful relationship with dogs, one that scientists are just beginning to figure out. A surprising discovery. Studies show that dogs really do make our lives better. Dog owners tend to get more exercise. Those daily walks make people healthier. Dogs can help kids with autism and other challenges cope with stress. New research is helping to uncover the scientific basis for our connection to dogs. In 2015, Japanese researchers found that when humans and dogs gaze into each other's eyes, something happens inside both species' bodies. Both the humans and the dogs' brains release a chemical that makes them feel close. This is the same chemical that helps mothers feel close to their babies. Another study showed that when humans point to something, dogs look where we're pointing. This shows that dogs try to understand us. Not even our closest animal relatives, the chimpanzee, does that naturally. Today, dogs help humans in many incredible ways. They lead people who can't see. They find people who are lost. They comfort wounded soldiers. But most dogs are like Scout, with just one main job: loving us. And for most of us, that's enough.